Hey guys, welcome to Here Let Me Help You. I just wanted to preface this week with a little forewarning that you may or may not want to just listen to this episode. Just, get in your car, take a nice drive, do some chores. I don't know what was going on when we recorded this episode. I swear everything was like breaking. The world was breaking. You'll hear about it in the episode a little bit, but essentially it bothers me. This episode this week bothers me. It's not the best visually. However, it's a good one. So anyway, you want to listen to it, I'm more than happy that you're here. Thanks for being here. And I know this week we didn't get into much of Beccah's Your Grief Bestie journey and her whole page that she has launched and her podcast and all that. But I did really enjoy speaking with her about her travels. It was just so interesting, and I actually, learned a thing or two. But I did want to give her Grief Bestie page a shout out because she did just recently release her very first podcast episode. So go give her some love over on that page. I will link it in the description. And yeah, thanks for hanging with us this week. I hope you enjoy this episode. I thought it was a fun one, and I will see you guys later. Bye. I'm back. It's me, Brittany Hislop with Here, Let Me Help You. Okay, one of these has to be good. If not, I'm literally gonna die. Okay, bye. Hey.
Hi.
We're here. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome to Here, Let Me Help You. Yes, we got Beccah here. Or your grief bestie. Sorry. Returning guest. It's our second returning guest.
Whoop.
I'm pumped. Let's do this shit.
And she hit 1 million views.
Yeah, it's a monumental day here at the Here Let Me Help You studio. I did it. I did it. I feel
she became a millionaire.
Oh, yeah. I feel like I won the lottery. Like,
you pretty much did.
Like, it feels like I hit the jackpot. Like,
the social media lottery.
The slot machine went ding, 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 and I won. Gingers are having their moment, my friends. And I am basking in all of the glory.
Yes, it's only fitting.
I don't even understand how that happened. Literally, so a friend of mine that I used to bartend with in California, she sent me a message on TikTok and she's like, you've got to do this trend. I guarantee you're going to go viral. And I was like, what? I was like, I've never seen these videos until you've sent me one. I was like, this is insane.
Yeah.
Black gingers are black. I go, what is going on? And I was like, I'm black and I'm a ginger. This is perfect.
Yeah, you're like, perfect. This fits the bill.
And it did. It just, the dumbest things go viral, man.
But it's not dumb because it's like you guys are so unique looking and beautiful and like exotic to most of the world because they just like probably couldn't have fathomed it until they saw.
Yeah. It was a perfect concoction because truly it was like a trend. If you look it up online, guys, it's like a trend. And the black people are basically accepting the gingers into the black community because they're like the blacks of the whites. Because they get discriminated on and hated on so bad. I mean, that's really not. It's that, but then also the original creator. Like, I'll have to link the original creator's thing. Like, there's been like 3 TikToks she's done. The first one has like millions of views. I want to say like 7, 8, 9 million views, something crazy. Wow. And she's like, that's the audio is the one that I use. Like, gingers are black. Whether you see a black man, that's a ginger or white man with red hair, that's a black man. I'm like, what? And so I was just genuinely confused. But then she goes into like the science of it all and like how we like originate back and stuff. I don't know. I'm just here to support the gingers and the black people. Yeah. And they showed up in my TikTok
hello from
page.
Uganda.
Heavy, yeah.
Yeah.
Come to Africa. Africa loves you. I'm like, sweet. I love Africa, dude.
That's so awesome. I love it.
Yeah. Anyways, oh my gosh, we're getting so sidetracked already.
That's okay. That's standard for us.
Yeah, we're here to really just to chat. Anyways, Beccah's had one hell of a trip that she just came back from, and we just had one hell of a trip that we just came back from earlier.
Traveling.
Freaking. Well, not me, but I'm talking about when my car just.
Fair.
Literally,
fair
okay, sorry. Just real quick, and then we'll get into word of the day. Real quick. I started this whole jewelry business. It's very, very in the beginning stages. Look at my video diary if you want to know more about it. Anyways, I dropped off. I forgot what I was gonna say. I dropped off my first custom order. So I have no website, no real business, but I have customers.
Yeah.
Drove her stuff because she's going to the Beyonce concert in another state tomorrow, which was so cool. But then so Beccah comes with me because she was planning on coming to this podcast. Comes with me, and on the way home, my car battery just randomly decides to die in the gas parking lot when I'm getting gas. Like, just dead. DED dead.
We took it all over and
we were driving all around, yeah. But had we turned it off? I don't even know if we had turned it off. Maybe that was the thing. We dropped off the things. The car was on. Yeah.
And then Dutch Bros
rookie
kept the
mistake.
car running.
But you have to.
But you don't want to blow up.
Yeah.
You don't want to stop.
So then we had to YouTube. We find this woman in a truck who's so nice. Comes over. She's like, "Do you know how to do it?" We're like, "Fuck no."
I'm like, I've done it before, so let me just pull YouTube up to make sure I don't kill us all.
Oh my god!
And we did it just fine.
Yeah, so
we rocked it.
We did fine. Beccah YouTubed it. Thanks to the guy on YouTube Shorts who helped us through.
Had it available. It was like a
quick and easy.
1 minute video.
We made it. Probably won't be able to take the kids to school in the morning. I said I have to figure out that out tomorrow, but. Anyways,
we made it back home without having to call anyone, and I called that an accomplishment.
But that was not as much of an adventure as Qatar, which is where Beccah just came back from.
Yeah.
But hold on a minute. We'll get into that, but we have to do word of the day.
Yes.
You have to. Okay.
What is word of the day?
I don't know. I'm going to look it up really quick. I'm just going to do what Miriam tells me. I'm not going to use the dictionary. Impervious is the word. It is an adjective. And impervious describes that which does not allow something, such as water or light, to enter or pass through. So it is also used formally to mean not bothered or affected by something. So the material is impervious to water.
Mm-hmm. Like it's not
right?
porous.
Like it's not porous, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does not allow anything to pass through.
Right.
Or the mayor seems impervious to criticism. So I'm impervious. I'm an impervious TikTok creator. I'm not letting any of those haters get me.
You are impervious. But that's like what happens with viral videos is like you reach the numbers and then like the stupidity level reaches the
high.
Lowest of low. Yeah, like highest of high.
It comes out.
You want to
it comes out.
Yeah.
Okay, back to you. I mean, where do we begin? How did you, I guess my question is, why Qatar? How did we land at Qatar? And then we can go into it because I want to talk about everything, like the flight over there, everything.
Yeah. So one of my best friends that I made when I lived in London, Amira, she works in HR and she only gets like 1 week off a year to kind of like really travel, paid time off. So she's like, we should go to Dubai or Qatar. And she's like, what vibe are you looking for? And I'm like, I'm kind of looking.
Where does she live now?
In London.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. She's based in London, but she wants to move to Dubai. So I haven't been to the Middle East. It was my first time. So I was just like, kind of like, I'm down for whatever.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like the best adventures of my life have happened when I just said yes. Like I've just been a yes man. So I was like, yeah, we can always do Dubai, but like, when do we get a chance? Like I've never really heard much about Qatar.
Right.
And
everyone does Dubai.
Yeah. And so she's like, it'll be a lot more relaxing, like this and that, blah, blah, blah. And so I was like, cool, whatever.
Sign me up.
Mm-hmm.
When she told me she was going, I was like, what? Like, oh my God, I wish I could go.
I know. It
sounds so fun.
But I mean, again, like I'm in a position in my life where I don't have to answer to anyone right now. So I have the ability to go. I also am blessed to have a best friend who's a flight attendant with American Airlines who was kind enough to add me as her companion.
Hell yeah.
4 hours to Philly. There's a direct flight. It's the only flight to and from America from Qatar on American right now, at least.
Okay.
And it's through Philadelphia. So I had to fly 4 hours to Philly, and then from there is 13 hours, 12 hours and 45 minutes.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
That's a long ass flight.
It was overbooked by 13 seats on the way back. The second day that I was like, okay, I guess I'll just stay at the airport maybe one night, or I'll just buy a flight. But then the second day was like -15 overbooked seats. So I'm like, I'm just going to go to the airport and give it a shot.
How do they do that? What do they mean they overbook it by that many people?
I don't know, but it's so that many people didn't show up that I was able to get premium.
That is so weird. How do you just not show up?
Yeah, there's probably that many people that forfeit a ticket, or they use points, or
maybe
they use miles where they don't.
They know it's overbooked, and then they get some type of.
I don't know. I don't know. I really like it's
really
such
weird.
a wild ride flying standby because you just like. It can look totally open and all of a sudden it's just full. It can look totally full and all of a sudden you get a seat and you're like, oh, I thought.
Why do they overbook flights?
Because people miss it, they don't show up, and they make more money. And that's why they started offering people like $400 to not get on the flight or like the vouchers because they oversell it to not lose money on the people that don't show up.
Interesting.
Or that cancel last minute without the fees.
Anyways, we're getting sidetracked. Well, it's not really though because Beccah is interested in becoming a flight attendant, right? So,
yep, a VIP flight attendant.
She kind of knows a little bit about this stuff.
Yeah, and I think like I've just been kind of like building myself up to get started because I know that once I start,
heck yeah, and the fact that you get to travel. I mean, eventually, if you get to travel places like this, even if it's for a quick little stop, I mean, that's amazing to say that you've been there and done that and seen it and stepped your feet on the ground.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, I think like my favorite thing about traveling is learning about the cultures and what they eat, what they do, how they dress, like how the kids act, what their language sounds like, what their money looks like.
Just like immersing yourself like in their life. Yeah. I always, when I travel places like that, I try to like picture myself like living there, like literally, like what would I do if I woke up here and like had to like live my life. But then I want to go do that stuff. Not like touristy stuff is fun, obviously. But I do want to kind of go see, like how the locals live.
Like, you go to the markets. Like that's the best thing. And also you're giving money back to the poor neighborhoods rather than like, you know, some big American company. Like when we walked through the malls, it was like all American brands. There was Applebee's. There was like...
Isn't that weird?
Outback Steakhouse. And I was like, huh?
That's weird.
Yeah.
So we're getting ahead of ourselves. So hold on. So you get there. You flew by yourself. You land. Is everything in Arabic?
No, there was both. It was Arabic and then English, like on every side.
Yeah,
so
okay,
English
that makes
very
sense.
normal over there. Thankfully, they charged me $20 US dollars because I didn't have a visa. I also had an issue.
Fun fact.
Flying out. If you don't book a one-way to a country that.
Does it allow that?
I mean, just any country.
I don't think any country allows you to book a one-way without knowing when you're going to leave.
I've done it with London, but like that's because they have the auto like machines where you just scan your passport and you go straight through. You don't have to talk to a customs officer. But like it flagged in the system that I was like I needed a visa because I didn't buy a return flight. I just, you know, it's standby. It's non-revenue traveling. So I just thought, yeah, whatever. So I was like, oh, I guess I can't go on this flight. I need I can get my visa done before this flight. I need to like submit my biometrics. Like I've done this before.
Oh my God.
So I called my friend. She's like, no, like you're good. Like you need to book the other, you know, she helped me out. I was like, oh my God. Anyway, no problem. But when I landed and they're like, you don't have a visa, I was like, oh my God, like the customs officer is talking about this visa now too. Like I was freaking out. I was like, kind of like, oh no, like I'm just here for a week.
Yeah.
It's just scary. Like
that's, I mean,
you can't mess up. And like, especially in this country, I was like, you know, like you actually like vapes are illegal. People smoke hookah and cigarettes like crazy. Like people smoke cigarettes inside. You go to a restaurant and they'd be like smoking or non-smoking, and I'm like, what? That's still a thing, even like in other countries.
When I went to Egypt, so the only reason I'm saying was because like I remember when I went to Egypt, I was blown by that too. Like it was smoking everywhere. I was in a cloud of smoke everywhere we went. Felt like it was back in the 90s.
Yeah,
go to the restaurant, just chain smoking cigs at the dinner table.
Yeah,
like
I smelled like cigarettes
all the time.
Hookah. But you're not allowed to have a vape. No e-cigs.
I think Brian had a vape while we were in Egypt, so that's a little bit different. But Egypt is like the most Americanized part of that. Well, it's not even the Middle East, it's technically Africa, but anyways, I was just gonna say I would commend you for even doing that because that's my scariest fear is like traveling alone. I hate it. It gives me anxiety. So to go to a country and then before you get on the plane they're like, oh yeah, you need to figure this out and book another flight because you don't. I'd be like, visas,
like you can't get on this
flights. I'd be like, oh my God. And you were saying so you were planning on filming, right? And then your friend said,
Yeah, so I was thinking about bringing my GoPro, but she was like, it's generally like disrespectful and like not normal, or I think it's illegal to like post a video with someone like else's face in it without
but
their
I thought,
permission.
but you were filming there.
Yeah, I was filming, but not like as like I couldn't
Discreetly
do
as
it.
possible.
Yeah, I had to be like really quick. If I was like had anyone's faces, I had to go quickly with it. I still haven't posted anything on like my permanent grid, so I don't know to the extent of which I can post. Sure, you can film, but if you can get in trouble for having it online, if someone else's face is in it.
Yeah,
So
interesting.
I was like, okay, I'm not gonna bring my GoPro. Then I'm gonna be like so anxious, like I can't just like film freely.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. I would. I mean, I'd be afraid of it definitely. But that I thought that was so interesting too, because I would have never even thought about that. I'd just be all out there like as a tourist, you know.
And you probably can, and it's but my friend just
probably just looked at,
me in.
frowned upon,
disrespectful. Frowned upon,
and no vapes.
I saw like a couple.
So like they just confiscate them if they found them at the airport, or are you going to jail type the shit?
I didn't want to find out.
I want to find out right now.
Yeah, let's Google it. I did see a couple girls with one. They looked like they were like American or British. I don't know, and then I did see like in general.
What happens if you get caught with a vape in Qatar? All right, let's see what it says. All right, in Qatar, vaping is strictly prohibited under national law since 2014. The import, sale, purchase, use, and possession of e-cigarettes and related products have been illegal, and violations can result in severe penalties, including fines up to 10,000 Qatar Rial, which is approximately $2,700 in USD, or imprisonment for up to 3 months.
Oh, yeah.
Custom officials at entry points such as Doha Airport are vigilant in enforcing these regulations. Travelers found with vaping devices may have them confiscated and could face legal consequences. This strict enforcement extends to all areas within the Qatar, including public spaces and transportation.
No, my friend did tell me it was illegal, and I was just like, okay, yeah. Like I was like, oh, they'll confiscate it, but that's so serious.
In Mexico they do that too. But you know what they do there? They just resell them.
Yeah.
Those little motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm. Well, when I was in Mexico City, they took my vape and they put a sticker on it with the number 35, and they gave me the other sticker that said number 35, and I had like I was having like allergy issues, so I had like this like pack of Londa Dust or whatever it's called, I don't know.
Not lorazepam. Mine lorazepam. Oh, blast.
White Lotus.
I'm sure they have that in Mexico too.
Oh no, I mean, depends on the city. Yeah, you can like walk up to a pharmacy, can't you?
Pharmacia, yeah, you can get whatever you want there.
Not in Mexico City though. But yeah, anyway, I had allergy meds like in a little packet, and they put a sticker on that too, and they put it in a locker, and they're like, just when you come back out,
interesting.
I'm like, okay.
That's really weird.
Yeah.
But okay, so thank you for
babysitting
my vape. Oh, I also want to look up really quick before we get too far into it. The filming question.
Oh yeah.
Is it illegal to film people in public in Qatar?
Oh, also I watched the security guard like talking to a guy with a camera and his wife, and like putting his camera back in his bag.
Oh, he told him to put it away.
And a lot of places are air conditioned outside as well. I wanted to mention, which I thought was like
I saw that.
Part.
I was actually gonna comment. It's kind of wasteful, don't you think?
Yeah, but everyone's covered up.
That's true.
So it's the only way. Yeah, like it.
So like she was showing me this video. We'll have to try to. I'll try to like link or if you have it, we should try to post it. It's like there was like vents in the ground,
vents,
and they were like blowing up
cold air.
Cold
air.
I don't
know how it's.
But it was an outdoor mall, so I was like, how wasteful is that?
Oh yeah, I mean,
like,
don't care.
What you ever heard of misters?
Yeah, but it's just so wet? Humid. Yeah, like that would just
make it
so
worse.
Muggy. And with everyone wearing, so
it's not dry there.
Linens, not really.
Is there water all around you? What, the Red Sea? What's around you?
I think it's the Indian Sea.
Okay.
But it's like the Doha or like the Qatar.
I'm gonna have to look up the geography really quick.
It?
So it says, yes, filming people in public in Qatar without their consent is generally illegal and can lead to serious legal consequences. Yikes.
No GoPro for me.
So under Qatar code, specifically Article 333. Amended by law number 4 in 2017, authorized photography and videography that violates an individual's privacy as a criminal offense.
Wow.
Again, 2,700, 10,000 Qatar Rials. or however you pronounce
Real.
it. Real.
Real.
I'm gonna get that right. Approximately $2,700.
Yeah,
That's
not worth it.
insane.
Not worth filming. Nope.
In addition to legal restrictions, cultural norms in Qatar place a high value in personal privacy and modesty. Photographing individuals, especially women, without permission is considered disrespectful and intrusive. Even in public settings, it's customary and respectful to seek consent before capturing images or videos of people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a rightfully so.
Yeah.
It's like a kind of like duh and like response, like, but at the same time in America we're just so
it's so blatantly
used to it. We're all like, ugh.
Yeah.
But I do
in
try
London.
to when I'm like vlogging to be respectful of that.
Yeah.
It's
Or
like
at least
weird to
edit
have someone
out.
guy or edit it out, right?
Yeah.
If you, especially kids, if I have like a little
Oh my
kid on
God,
camera, if their face is in
especially.
there, I edited it out. But
a lot of people are just they don't care. They're just
Yeah.
they're filming at all
There's-
times. Yeah.
so weird.
Glaringly obvious.
I was gonna look up where Qatar's at, and then we can keep
And then
going.
you can see. Yeah, I think like the biggest thing for me that it really just made me appreciative of being able to wear whatever the fuck I want in
Hell
America. Like it was nice. Of course I respect the culture and taking part in it and dressing the way that they find is modest and
Mhm.
respectful. But it was just so hot and it was just so different for me, like where the men can wear whatever they want. They can,
Were they though? Like, what were they wearing? What was the typical attire? Were they
think
still in their
most
garb?
men were in linens.
Mhm.
But I did see a few guys that were wearing really board shorts, flip flops, t-shirts. And I mean, no, I don't see anyone walking around with their shirt off, obviously. But
Yeah.
everyone's just very keeps to themselves. There was
Not
no
even at the
guys-
pool?
So no, the pool, but the pool was part of the hotel, so that's different, I guess.
So tourists were there with their shirt off?
Yeah, I was in my bikini.
But they were.
But it was a rooftop pool, so it was part of the hotel.
So you were allowed to wear
why.
bikinis at the pool there. But if you were to go to a local
The
pool,
beach,
they're hell no.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Mhm.
We could look it up. We didn't go to the beach at all. I went to the beach at night.
It's extended into the Persian Gulf, bordered by Saudi Arabia. To the south. It's like a little tiny place. Compared to Saudi, it's so tiny.
It's tiny, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And that's Dubai.
Uh-huh.
But so Arabian Sea. My bad. Yep.
Kuwait, Iraq, Iran, Pakistan, Afghanistan. So I think it's considered Asia. The continent of Asia. I looked that up. I always get confused with the Middle East is considered.
I
Yeah.
think Qatar is considered the Middle East.
But what continent is if you got 7 continents, which one is it on? It's Asia. Pretty sure.
Yeah, it's gotta be. It's not Africa.
No. It's definitely Asia.
You better fact check this. We don't.
I know.
This. We're
They're like,
yeah,
these
it's Asia.
dumb bitches. Asia. Okay. I don't know that bad.
We had to make sure.
Specifically Western Asia, Arabian Peninsula.
Yeah.
Often referred to as the Middle East. Arabian Peninsula. Okay, that's good to know. It makes sense now, but I was just like, it's definitely Asia. There's no way it's Africa, and it's not Europe, so it's not Antarctica. We're running out of options. North America, definitely not. Australia, okay, no. So, what are we left with? Process of elimination, my friend.
Western Asia.
Use your brain.
I think
Gosh.
the coolest things though, I really loved the going to museums and looking at the jewels and gems, the things that the royal people wore. There was a sword cover that was covered in jewels and gemstones. There was a robe that was covered in diamonds. There was all these crowns from all over the world.
How old does it dates back forever?
Yeah, I think
80 times. Are we talking?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's Qurans written and watercolor gold and just true ancient history. I'm what
that's
Jesus
where
seen?
Holy
Jesus
Land
has
is.
probably
That's
touched some stuff around here.
Crazy.
It was really wild to see how old these things
Well,
were.
and the architecture was just amazing. Just from what I've seen, it was very Dubai like. I feel like
I've never been to Dubai, so I didn't really have.
I mean, same, but it looks like similar. Like the buildings, everything was very clean and like
Very.
new.
People like sweeping the roads like all day.
Yeah.
All
I saw
night.
you like driving on the like roads and I was like, wow, it looks like a fake city.
Pristine. Yeah.
There was like a fake Vegas.
Yeah. And it's
Where was that
kind
at?
of weird. What?
The
like
fake Vegas. Sorry.
in
to interrupt
in
you.
Qatar?
Yeah. Remember when you were in like the Venetian? It was like the fake.
Oh, where it looks like literally the Venetian. That was called Villaggio Shops. It was
Instead
a
of
mall.
the Bellagio, it's the Bellagio.
No, Villaggio. Yeah, it's a mall.
A mall?
It was a shopping mall that had that moat in the center of it, the water,
That's
and all of
insane.
the like ceilings.
It
were, like,
literally looked
clouds.
like she went to
And
Vegas.
there was an ice skating rink on the other middle center of that mall. We went to a lot of different malls because my friend has multiple siblings that she was shopping for, getting like perfumes and different things that
Yeah.
they wanted.
Yeah.
She's Somalian. So their
bet the
language is
perfumes were
close to
so
Arabic.
nice
so.
there.
Oh yeah, I brought 3.
Oh
I
yeah.
forgot, so I could show you.
Yeah, I
Maybe
should
a
smell
fresh-
them.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that was another thing when I was in Egypt. That was like huge. There were the fragrances.
They're all
perfumes.
about their perfume. Yeah, and my
Mhm.
friend knows everything. And so I was like, okay, I like this one that you have.
Mhm.
And then, I picked another one out from like a.
I
perfume
got lotus
salesman.
flower as my favorite one.
Ooh.
It's the best.
Yeah, like a light, like fresh
Mhm.
kind of
I
flavor.
like that one. Yeah.
Flavor.
Flavor.
That's you're gonna look. Did you know flavor and is like the sensation of taste and smell together?
I did not know that.
Where
Interesting.
your auditory, like not auditory, where your brain puts those two senses together
Yeah.
is considered flavor, and you can't create flavor without one or the other. If you lose your sense of smell, you'll never have flavor again.
Yeah,
Or
I
if
learned
you
that
lose
COVID. Hashtag COVID.
Oh God,
Dude.
we're just bouncing all around
Never
with our
forget.
conversation.
Anyways.
How could we forget?
So what did you do when you were over there? What was the first thing you did? Like,
We went to, so we landed at like 5 p.m. and then we went to the hotel, checked in, and then we got dressed.
Where'd you
right,
stay?
showered. It's called Dusit,
okay.
Doha. It was really nice. It was pretty affordable, I would say. Pretty decent. And it's also like the exchange rate was $3 to 1 real.
Did you exchange money or did you pay on your card for everything?
Yeah, so
Cash,
I
what was
used
it?
my Amex for anything that I was using because there's no foreign transaction fee.
Right.
For
That
Amex,
makes sense.
Thankfully.
I hate using cash in
Um,
foreign countries.
But yeah, I
hate
brought
it.
cash.
I get so
And then
confused.
changed it over at like an exchange
Mhm.
place. And you have to bring your passport. You have to, And the one thing I realized, you have to like show your passport for almost anything you do, like the museums, the
Interesting.
restaurants, like going into a hotel.
Is that like safety purposes?
I guess. Or I
Is there a
don't
U.S.
know.
embassy there?
I would imagine so.
gonna have to look it up.
Trump was just there.
Oh,
Remember I
yeah,
mentioned
you were
that
just
earlier?
saying that
I don't-
there's
like,
gotta
I
be
don't
one.
know exactly.
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, look into that. But yeah, we went over to another hotel. It was the other Dusit that was in suites where they have residences, and their rooftop bar is called Tropicana. And they have like that was like I don't know if you saw the hookah that I posted
Oh,
that had
yes.
the laser beams. So we got some sushi
That looks
and some sliders,
sick.
and yeah, they had like a bunch of appetizers there, and then got hookah.
Yeah.
And then went straight to bed to try to like to cook.
Just
for,
chill.
like,
Yeah.
to learn or like adapt to the
Get to the time
zone.
change.
Yeah. And
Is there a
then-
U.S. embassy in Qatar?
Yeah, it's not my major travel hub. Then there should be.
Yeah. United States maintains an embassy in Qatar. The address is 22nd February Street
Oh.
in Luk.
Lukta?
Lukta district.
Lukta. Maybe. I
Hmm.
don't know how. I don't want to pretend like I.
I know. I'm like, oh my god, my brain couldn't even get the the letters to make sense. Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know what Trump was doing there. He did something.
2022 began a new U.S. embassy. Why was President Trump recently in Qatar? Trump was recently visited Qatar as a part of a border Middle East tour that includes stops in Saudi and United Emirates. His visit to Qatar from May 14th to 15th focused on strengthening economic ties, discussing regional security, and proposing initiatives related to the Gaza Strip. Interesting. Qatar Airways signed a landmark agreement to purchase 160 Boeing aircrafts, including 30 Boeing 777s and blah, blah, blah jets, which is valued at $96 billion. This represents the largest wide-body aircraft order in Boeing's history.
Wow.
This is a highlight from Trump's visit. Sorry, that's why I'm reading right
Yeah.
now. Just letting the people know.
Yeah. Need to be a foreign.
I don't. This is like speaking of like a foreign language to me, but it's interesting.
Yeah. Same. I mean,
proposal for Gaza's reconstruction. So there's a Freedom Zone initiative in Doha. President Trump proposed transforming the Gaza Strip into a Freedom Zone, suggesting U.S. involvement in its redevelopment. He envisioned relocating nearly 2 million Palestinian refugees to create a resort-like area, a plan that has sparked significant controversy and opposition from various international actors.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
Wow.
We're just learning all types of stuff.
And I just went there like a week before.
Yeah.
Casually.
He also visited the air base. He does a lot in one day or two. He was there for 2 days or 1 day. What's he? God. One more thing. He accepted the $400 million private jet
that was
from the Qatari government, which led to a House investigation concerning potential violations of the U.S. Constitution.
Classic.
Okay. All right. I'm so sorry. I'm just like, why was he there? And I got so many questions, but I mean, it is pretty interesting.
Necessarily going to be like,
and as a president, like that's like daily shit he's doing, and I'm like, oh wow, he did a lot of shit in one day, and it's like that's like every day. That's like his normal day. Can you imagine?
No, I just wouldn't.
I feel like I
would never
cannot.
put myself in that position.
I am done.
I'm good.
I'm not going to Qatar. I'm not talking about this. And yeah, I'm really tired, so I'm accepting this $400 million plane. That's what I'd say. You know what? I am going to accept the plane.
I'll take this.
I'll take it. Because you know why? Because I did a lot of fucking work today. And I'm the president of the United States. And I deserve it. I deserve a nice little treat. That's what I'd say to myself.
I'm going to take a nap now. And I'm going to go to the beach.
In my plane. Bye-bye.
In my plane, yeah. Like, we're actually going to take off now. Peace. Bye.
So long, ta-ta.
Bye-bye.
If I were president, we'd have some major troubles.
Yes.
Just saying.
Yes.
I'd be chilling at the beach.
A ginger president? I don't think they're ready for that.
They're not ready for us.
They're not ready for a ginger president.
They're not ready for us. Oh my gosh. What was your favorite food there? What did you eat there when you were there?
That's a good question. It wasn't like anything super different. Like everything was.
Was it like most of Middle Eastern food?
We got sushi one night. Like, but I think that, like what was different about the menus for me, like there's a lot of like fried stuff, like fried shrimp. Like we went to Nobu one night.
There's a Nobu there?
Yeah, it's very like a lot of American places. There's sushi.
Damn.
Like I had more like of other types of cultures food more than I did like Qatarian or like anything Middle Eastern, which I really enjoy. I love like, you know, Middle Eastern and Mediterranean.
That's blowing my mind.
I mean, like the last night I would say we met a really nice guy who managed
so a lot of seafood.
Yeah, a restaurant, but they had like lamb. It was more like Turkish kind of food, and
That's
and
yummy.
we both had. It was like a beach cabana. It was really cool. We both had our own hookah, and it was
You'll have to
really,
link
like,
some spots, dude.
Yeah.
I'm so trying to go.
It's called Sukar Pasha.
Okay,
it's really good.
It sounds so nice. It was
it's
hot
right
there.
On the water. Oh my god! It was like between. I think that like the coolest it was like 98 Fahrenheit
plus humidity.
Plus humidity.
So like Miami.
Yeah,
but worse.
But you had to be covered up.
But like wear long sleeves
entirely. But everything inside. There was one day we went to one of the malls, and there was like on the inside, like every mall had like some crazy thing like for kids to like entertain them.
Okay.
One of the biggest things they do in their culture is go to the mall. They go shop, like you know, like the
like big Mall of America type things.
But like. There was.
I've seen like skiing things in like lifts.
There was roller coasters.
That's insane.
There was like a for cars like a racing track.
Does it cost like a ton of money?
You can just buy tickets. No, like you walked in, it was like pretty empty, and there was like kids like
I'm
jumping
curious
on
the conversion
things.
rate of like how much. So I wonder. So is it super expensive to live there, like Dubai?
I don't know. I don't know about the cost of living. I feel like what I saw was either tourists, people that were like drivers or like, you know, they seemed very poor.
Yeah.
Or extreme wealth.
Yeah.
Like,
it's one of the two. It's like Dubai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it just kind of seemed like the whole city was quite manufactured.
What's the cost of living in Dubai?
You mean in Doha?
I mean, shit. What is the cost of living in Qatar?
There were some beautiful like villas. Like I would see, it was either like really rundown buildings or like villas, gorgeous residences.
New stuff.
Brand new. Everything's brand new.
All right. So it says the cost of living in Qatar varies based on lifestyle choices, family size, and location. Can you convert that to US prices? So, like a studio, it says would cost between $1,000 to like $1,800 a month. A one bedroom is like $1,600 to $2,700. A two bedrooms $2,400 to $4,000 a month. So it's kind of like a city prices.
Yeah.
Like if you were living in the city. Fast food combo $6 to $8 per meal. A restaurant meal from $40 to around $80 mid range.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like American prices.
Pretty similar.
Pretty similar.
But yeah, if you're making money there, then you're probably not bringing in that
Sure.
much to be able to be spending it on.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just feel like the city was really nice and like built up, but like once you were outside of
It was
the
just
buildings,
like dirt,
it was pretty much like desert
old town
and stuff kind of broken down, and then some nice pockets here and there, and like lots of shops. So do you
think the biggest business there is tourism or oil?
Oil, gold.
Yeah.
Like they're big for like their soups.
Yeah, obviously. I guess that's a dumb question. But like I guess in the city, like are the most people like in the new part of the city, you say most people are probably working at like
royalty.
Yeah.
They're just born into it.
Yeah, or they're working at like the places, like the shops.
Yeah, I mean, a friend of mine told me that there's a lot of like there's a lot of bad like people will bring Pakistani in and promise them a passport or like a visa, and then they take their passport away and they just like they're stuck working like these terrible jobs
as like a slave in Qatar. You like
an
promise
indentured slave. They pay them like 3 cents a day or something like crazy like that. Like
they promise them like citizenship over there and a job, and then they
take their passport away so they can't travel. They can't leave.
They're just stuck there.
Mm-hmm. And they work in the hotel or like they just do like the kind of like the worst jobs.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so that's inside info. I don't know. I didn't get that from like any reliable source necessarily. Hearsay more so, but I think there's a lot of that happens around the world that we don't know about. And
100%.
You know, obviously, like it's with the sweatshops, with the factory workers, the child labor everywhere.
That's what people are like literally
clothing, fashion, and like. You know, it's happening.
Literal oppressed people, guys. Like not like American oppressed. Like really oppressed.
There was one guy, I just saw this video yesterday where he found Nutella for $50 and his kids haven't had chocolate in a whole year. So he was like, the smile on their faces was worth every penny. And they live in like a dirt hut. I think they're like, I can't remember the number, like the percentage, but there's like a significant percentage of the world that it is the norm for them to sleep on the dirt ground. Mm-hmm. Like they do not even have like a sheet, a blanket, a towel. Like they literally just sleep on the ground and that's the norm for them. And it's like what, 70% of the world? Or
yeah. When I was doing my childhood development classes, that's again, I was reading into the similar, and it's like billions of kids live in poverty.
Yeah. I remember you talking about it.
It's like most of the world.
Yeah. And we're so like, I feel like I'm just so close-minded where I think like, oh, there's so many other countries that like have wealth, like America.
Or even in the places where there are wealth. I mean,
there's still like,
there's such a big discrepancy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, so that's like kind of something that I felt stood out, like especially going to the markets and shopping, and because you go pretty far out of the city to go to where those suits
I'd love to look into their childhood development programs and how they start there, and like how they set their kids up. Because I was looking in certain places, like I believe it's Syria, they have certain things called like I can't think of it, a la Sims, whatever. But like basically they have like certain things that they implement into the media, because in those areas where it's very there's a lot of unrest happening and a lot of just uncertainty, they have limited access to a lot of different stuff. So the best way to, I guess, like help the kids is like through giving them ways to like learn how to like get through all the stress through the media, and like helping the parents get through it too. And I thought that was so interesting, and how they help do that stuff.
That's
throughout
so
the world.
Smart.
Yeah, because the kids are the most important, and like you think about that, like growing up there, if you're not royalty, your life's probably not
pretty
great.
Terrible. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're not respected. You're not like treated with any sort of regard.
And I'm just curious, like there's certain places like in India, like they don't even have like there's no like set like rules on going to preschool. Like you don't even have to go to preschool. It's not even a thing. Like school is like isn't even a rule. Like it's wild to me because I feel like there's so many people in India
country too.
You would think like they'd have something, but no, it's like a free for all.
I guess with their culture, they're a bit more relaxed. They're like a little more open to.
But yeah, that's why I always think about like the children growing up and being raised there. It's like, is it a place where they want to stay and flourish and great? Because there are some countries like that, like where it's developed enough where they don't want to leave that country and they like raising their family there, and there's nothing wrong with it,
and that's all they know, and whatever.
And there's others where they're like, get me out of here. The first opportunity I can get to leave and get out of here to better my life. Like I'm gone. Yeah. But my hope is for everyone to get like the best education. So it's always curious. I'm always curious about that. Anyways, that's sidetrack.
Yeah. No, it's an interesting thought to think about, like the education, because it's like it's a luxury to have education, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I don't think that the people there are uneducated, right? So they have to be learning from somewhere. But is that education accessible to all?
Everyone. Yeah.
And I mean, God, I could look into it. I really just don't want to right now. But it's a whole other topic for another day. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see like what's accessible to certain
areas,
classes,
regions, and classes. Yeah, like I mean, you could do a whole episode on that. Like really.
Pretty
age
interesting.
groups, everything.
Man, oh man.
I know. Yeah, I think it like.
Do they have like a Gucci?
Oh yeah.
If they got Nobu, they've got to have Gucci.
Oh yeah, like and what was also interesting about most of the malls was that it was connected to like a grocery store on the bottom level, or like some of them did, where people like walked around with grocery carts. Like they would do their shopping at the grocery store, and then they would go to other mall shops with their grocery cart, and all of the escalators were like flat,
and they could take it up onto the thing.
So you could just have it's like airport walkways kind of thing, where you just go up or down, and you had like your shopping cart. But like there was like the whole like. There was some of the malls were like all luxury, like really nice. And then they all had Sephora, all the kind of like major brands and stuff like that. But
wow, it's so crazy to me because if you live in a place where like there's all these different specialized like perfume shops and luxury places that you are like really unique places you can get these scents from like in town, and then you're like going to Sephora.
Oh yeah, they had everything. It was normal. Yeah.
That like there is. I know when I was in Egypt, I didn't travel too much into Cairo, like into town. I was more like on the beach area, so I didn't have like accessibility to that much stuff. But as far as like Americanization, like they did have like TGI Fridays, Hard Rock Cafe, like their Uber, like they did all of that stuff. But I didn't see any like there wasn't like malls. Obviously, Egypt's different than that area, but like there wasn't any of like that type of like big box like stores. Like
I think that's what they're known for. Like my friend said that
is
that's
there a Walmart
what people
there?
do. I don't think so.
I'm looking it up.
Why would there be a Walmart in Qatar?
Why wouldn't there be?
I mean, who's gonna shop there? The royals.
Is there a Walmart in Qatar? Yes, there are stores in Qatar operating under the name Walmart, but they are not affiliated with the U.S.-based Walmart. What the fuck?
That was a.
Come on, these establishments are local supermarkets or hypermarkets that have adopted the Walmart name independently. Lame. They have a Beverly Hills in Qatar, but it's
Al Ryan compound. Yeah, Al Ryan. I don't know how you pronounce that, but we were in that area.
Beverly Hills. That's so funny.
Yep.
Carrefour, a French hypermarket chain with multiple locations in Qatar, offering groceries, electronics, clothing, and more is another alternative. Or Lulu.
They had a dollar store at the mall.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Like, what? But I guess it's like it's a global thing.
So no Walmart, guys. Sorry. Well, there is, but I can give you the number. It's in Beverly. It's in Beverly Hills.
In El Ryan. Beverly Hills, Al Ryan.
Qatar. If you're ever there, check it out. Shout out. Walmart supermarket.
Oh my god.
444.
Okay. So the best thing that I drink there, I mean, there's not a lot of alcohol. Like you can only
I was gonna say
alcohol
booze,
at certain places like hotels, rooftop bars specifically, like
interesting
for
tourists only.
And, or just like
what'd you drink?
They have a liquor license. I mean, I got this smoothie called the Four Seasons. not alcoholic, mind you, where like one layer was avocado, one layer was strawberry, one layer was mango, one layer was kiwi. It was so good. And then I had this passion fruit mocktail. It was really good.
Okay.
There was.
Did you not drink any alcohol there?
I had a Sauvignon Blanc sometimes, and then I had some baby Guinnesses.
Mostly wine.
There was because I just like if I'm not
what liquor
drinking
did they
all
have?
week, I don't know. Like
was there vodka? Could you get like a vodka? Grey Goose?
Depends where you go, I guess. Like where the Tropicana place that had the hookah, they had beers, they had like pretty much everything. I think they had a full bar, but I stuck with wine there because I wasn't really drinking that week, so I didn't want to like have a bunch of liquor.
Yeah.
But then there was a restaurant in our hotel called the Londoner, which was like a British pub, and so we got baby Guinnesses.
Okay.
Have you ever had a baby Guinness?
I haven't.
Do you know what it is?
I've had Guinness, but
yeah, so it's a shot, but with Kahlua and then Bailey's on top. So it looks like a baby Guinness, but it's really tasty, and it's like a little like pick me up.
I didn't know that. I thought it was just like a little Guinness.
So we're like, we have to get a baby Guinness. We're at a pub, like a British pub. It's called the Londoner. And yeah, there was this karaoke guy or like a performer singing like Ed Sheeran and like the Beatles, and they were watching soccer or football. There's a bunch of British like tourists that come to Qatar
for like holiday. Yeah. Okay.
And Dubai.
Interesting. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
What was I going to say though? There was like something that I drank that I really liked. I forgot about it. It's lost on me.
I don't know. I wasn't there. Wish it was.
Yeah, I don't know. I think like I just wish that I had met more people to learn about their culture and then tell me like personally, you know what I mean? Like where in Mexico, like you meet like random people like and,
on the
like,
streets.
Yeah,
they're a little
like,
less.
When you're buying food from them,
they don't like to talk more.
Yeah, everyone keeps themselves a bit more, which is fine. Like, and that's I get it.
Reserved.
Like that's also like their culture or religion.
Yeah. It would be awkward for me because I would just start to talk to people and I'd be like, "Oh, right, you know."
Yeah, people like were not down to really like chat, and I don't know. I like to learn from other people when I go to new places, and I feel like I learned a lot of things from my friend because she was very aware of the culture as she's Muslim and has been to Dubai many times. But yeah, I think I was just like kind of like my eyes are wide open like a sponge, just absorbing it all in. Like, wow,
it's beautiful. It was beautiful.
Yeah,
I will 100% go.
When we went to we got afternoon tea at the Raffles, the Fairmont. That hotel was so gorgeous. Like I'm stunned. Like I'm trying to find the words. Like it was crazy. I'll put together.
I saw there was like so many high ceilings and just like glass and
the archways.
Just arch. Yeah, it was
even
just
the hospital was like looked like boxes stacked on top of each other. And then like the Fairmont was like the horseshoe looking one. Yeah, they were like, I'm just like, how did they accomplish all of that? Like, and it looks so perfect and stunning.
Yeah, I can't say enough. I'm like, I want to really, really try to get there. That's like one of my goals. It's on my bucket list now.
Well, I want to see Cairo.
I feel like we should, maybe we should bounce around. Well, that was my goal. I told Ryan next time we go to Egypt, which we are going back for sure. I want to go there because it's such a long fucking flight. I want to go there and then hop over to Dubai. And since it's so close, we might as well just do Qatar too. Yeah, and we can make it like a month trip.
Why not?
Since I have 1 million views on my TikTok now, and I'm like TikTok famous, we're gonna be there
in no time. One Qatari view on there.
Yeah, and we're gonna vlog. Eventually, I'm gonna be getting paid to vlog to go to Qatar.
Yes, babe.
Maybe.
And you're on 44 minutes.
Maybe we should tag your travel with Beck's page instead of your grief bestie on this one.
I'm just like, again, from the beginning episode that we did, jack of all trades, master of none. I do all the things.
Oh my god! No, you're a master of a lot, Beccah. She literally, I wouldn't be here at my house without her helping me jump my cape on my car.
Thanks, Dad.
Thank you, literally. But seriously, thank you for coming on and hanging with us. I feel like we should end because it's late and I don't want to keep you here forever. We need to go to bed, but
I'm easy.
I feel like we could talk forever. I mean. This is just normal for us.
We always do, yeah. We really should have like mics on us at all times.
I know. The car ride was insane.
The editing would be funny.
The car ride was insane. I say that all the time though. I'm like, if only I could have a camera rolling. Like
maybe we should go on Big Brother.
I know, it'd be creepy.
Amazing Race.
But
weren't you and Ryan talking about going on Amazing Race?
Oh my god, yeah.
Dude, I would be like your hype woman.
I want to go so bad.
Get on. I'm gonna be like the one that nominates.
Ryan thinks we actually wouldn't do as good as we think we would. He thinks that we'd end up just following people. That's
That'd
what I'm
so
saying. We'd be
cool.
good
And then you
entertainment.
just laugh and you just be in the corner eating
I said
corn dogs.
we'd be
or
like,
something.
yeah. I
You
said
know,
maybe
you
the
just
one
give up
we
and be like,
literally like,
"Fine."
fuck it, let's go eat ice cream.
And
But
then
at least we
people
make
would
good
love you.
TV.
They'd be like, hell yeah. And they'd be like, oh, it's a non-elimination round when you're just like tumbling back.
We convince everyone that we know where we're going, and then end up just like sitting in a
And you all
fucking
just hang out.
bistro eating. You guys, you
Like,
want to just
where
go
are
eat
they?
snacks?
Like, yeah, like-
We'll go back to this race in a couple hours.
You're like, it's fine. We're already eliminated. We
I'm
might as well
hungry. I
get
need
a
some
beer.
drinks.
Yeah. And then they're like, we were waiting for you. It's a non-elimination
Like,
round.
fuck it.
Like it's been 11 hours.
Everyone's
since the
with
last one.
us,
Yeah, they're
so-
all getting ready for their flight tomorrow. And you're just
We
like,
brought the whole
oh.
crew. They decided to follow us because we
Oops.
convinced them that we knew where we were going. That would be me. Just follow me.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Imagine.
literally, I've talked enough. People think I'm nuts. I've lost my mind.
Who cares what they think?
That's right. Gingers are now black, and we run the world.
Can't see my
Just don't
hair,
forget
but
that.
I am slightly ginger.
Don't
we called
forget it.
ourselves Ginger Ninjas.
It's not ginger anymore. It's not a hard R. It's ginger.
Oh god.
Ginger.
Ginger.
No more ginger. That's not
Ninja.
allowed. We are allowed at the cookout, Becca. You are officially allowed.
Yes!
But not
I
allowed to
love collard
cook. They said to
greens.
stick to silverware, plates, and aluminum foil. Dude, TikTok has got me laughing
fine.
so
That's
hard. He's like, why
I
are all
hear
the
you.
white people
I'll
showing?
make the drinks.
Why are all the gingers showing us their spice cabinets now?
They're like, look, I swear, it's more than salt and pepper. I'm not just your average white
Invite
person.
me.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I
I'm
like
losing my
spices.
mind.
I can handle spicy.
Okay, we're out of here. Thanks for hanging with us. Go to Qatar. Visit Qatar. I feel like we're at like one of
Yeah,
those
why-
commercials. Visit Qatar.
What are you like their spokesperson now? I'm
Invite me.
I'm like, no, like give us
Qatar, sponsor me.
recommendations. Give us recommendations for the next country to talk about and next country to go to.
If you have other recommendations, there we go. If you
You're
have
like, visit Qatar. Bring the money. Like, no, Trump is already doing that. They're going to be just fine.
oh my god, if you want a plane,
Let's
maybe
pick
they
it.
might give you one if you go there. There's an embassy. We've learned so much stuff. Okay, I've got to stop talking. Let us know in the comments where we should travel to next. Most likely Beccah, because I got 2 kids and I'm not going fucking anywhere until I start
Yet.
making some money.
Yet.
Okay, bye.